Hi, this is a short video to show you how to configure your About section. The About section is a static page that you can use to show the class some information about you or some things that you would want them to constantly have access to that you don't want to get buried in a stream. The problem with the stream sometimes is that it puts things, it makes it difficult to find certain things within the stream. So one of my suggestions is for things that you know that students will have to regularly access, you can do two things. You can create topics which allow for them to immediately find that particular item. I don't have anything labeled as Unit 3, but that's where it would be. You should put it in the About section. So just a quick walk through the About section. I can edit this section. I could put in class information. Maybe I want to have a description of what my class is about. I have a folder here. Now this folder is not what you think it is for the student. It's going to have all the files that the teacher gave the student access to by giving them their own copy of it. So it's their own work. Or any other work I think that they actually submitted to Classroom would live in that fake folder. Well, it will be called fake folder, whatever the name of their class is. And they also have a calendar page for the student that allows for them to see all their assignments and the unique classroom version of the calendar. It's a little limited, but there it is. There's also the ability to open up a Google Calendar version of that, and it lives right here. And basically what that one does is it puts your events on top of your events that you have for your own class. And then under that is where I think most of what I think you'll get a lot of use out of is in this section right here. Now you can not post assignments here, but you can post things that are files that you want students to access or links that you want them to access throughout the course. So maybe there is some units that you want to upload there with the folder and all the information that's for that particular unit. This is a good place to put that. Or there are videos or other files that they need to access throughout the year. So the first one is the paperclip, and that's for files that aren't in Drive, but they are on your computer. There are the files that are Drive. That's what that triangle is for. That's for Drive. All the things that are in Drive. There's YouTube clips, and then there are links. Now, I think the best thing to put in the About section, for me at least, would be to put in the folder. So you can't go to the Drive folder, click on that, and then click the folder, and then it's there. It doesn't work that way. In fact, I made a video where I went as far as that, and then I had to delete it. You're actually watching the second video. So how do you actually get the folder to be there? What you do is you create a link. So when you go to Drive, you're going to find a folder that you would like to share. So let's say it's the like I have a government course, and then I usually share the government folder with them. I could share every individual unit separately, but if I share this folder, it'll get all the information that's in the folder. I think that's easier for me, and maybe for students it's easier to have the units. They can just click on their unit, but then it means I need to create 8 different links, which I don't want to do. So you decide what's important for you and how what you think is most efficient. You find the folder that you do want to share, you right click on it, and you click on Get a Shareable Link, which is a quick way to do it. Click that shareable link. Okay. And I can change those settings for that link. And if I go to Advanced, this is where I can really change it. Click on Change. It says public on the web, meaning it's searchable, and people could find it through Google search engine. Anyone with a link, so you only give them a link, and that's the only way they have access to it. Anyone at South Brunswick can find access, but people, so they have to have the link, but if they're not in South Brunswick Schools domain, if they're not using it at sbschools.org or at sbstudents.org domain, then they can't find it. Okay, as long as they're within our domain, they have the link, they can find it. And then off would basically be only shared to specific people that I already shared the folder with. I don't have anything in here I think can't be found on the internet. So I personally would do on the public on the web. It's just the one that assures that everyone who logs in can actually get it. Maybe that's too much sharing. In theory, all the students, the only way the students could access the classroom would be if they were in your domain. So it shouldn't be a problem that students are using their own personal accounts. They can't use their own personal accounts to get in the classroom, and they now can't access the folder. So it should be fine if you actually clicked on anyone at South Brunswick District with the link. Maybe I'll do that. I mean, there's, and I have other options here. I can make it so it's view only, or I can make it so they can organize, add, and edit. I really suggest that if you want students to be able to organize, add, and edit, that you do that in the stream and that you have a little more control over that. I'm a little bit nervous about doing that, but in the past I have shared folders, and sometimes it hurts. It's damaging because you can end up someone deleting something you don't want them to. You got to be careful with that. You got to really know the people that are going to be able to do high level stuff like being able to edit. So I will just click on Can View Only, and I'm going to say on anyone at South Brunswick with the link. I'm going to hit Save. Okay, so from here you would click on this link, you hit copy, done. And then when you go to the link, this is a little bit odder than you might think. You click on link, you add the link, you hit paste, add that link, and now you've shared that folder. And so if I hit post, it means that when people click on this link, it's going to open up the folder. And I have all the information for them, right, that was in that folder. It's a way of sharing all the information for the class at the very beginning of the year without having to go through Drive and share all those individual folders. If you just share the link, they have access to it that way. I think it's a very good use of it. I've seen teachers who put most of their class in the About section. And that's actually where they have most of the time they have students using Classroom. That's what they're using. I don't do that. So I don't have, I would say maybe you could put some videos in there and other links and things that you think students are going to use throughout the year. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like if I create another post, if it's possible, to actually edit and move things around. Like in the stream, sometimes what you need to do is you can move things to the top. I don't know if that's possible in the About section. All right. Okay. In addition to that, you can also add more materials as you go along, and it is at first it didn't seem very obvious, but there was a little spot here. I'll add another post and I'll demonstrate why it was not necessarily intuitive. But let's say I put this. I can add documents like this. I'm just showing you how to do that, and I hit post. Of course, I spelled classroom wrong. When you click on this, it says Add Class Materials. That's how you get the information to put in new information. I'm going to hit cancel on this, and I'm actually going to delete that because I don't want to share that way. I could invite teachers, by the way. I think I have another video on this, but it shows you how to do that. If I click on Invite Teacher, you just find a teacher, classroom teacher. I guess the school district didn't create, a contact list with just classroom teachers. But if I can find the teacher easily. And if I can click on this too, it makes it so that the students that are there have the ability to open up their Gmail program and then directly send me an email that way. It's just another way for them to have access and send you emails. Okay, thank you very much.